man that I know, love, and trust, our founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Welcome, Ash. So good to see you.
Very good to see you all. Thank you so much, Susie. And I am really, really excited to deliver this message to you today. It is delightful to see all of you here. What a moment in life. I'm your friend, Ash Mufareh, speaking to you today directly, personally, from the heart. Whether you're a longtime supporter or somebody who stood in the sideway or been distracted by other things, or someone who's been quietly just watching, unsure what's next. I want to take the opportunity to speak to you today with perfect clarity, humility, and renewed purpose. Obviously, we're at a turning point, and I believe that with all my heart, actually, that what lies ahead is worth everything it took to get here. I know it's taken a while, but it's worthwhile. And I wasn't sure, honestly, I'm having a hard time to say this, but I promised to talk to you with clarity and transparency all of the time. As I was preparing for these remarks and having some bullet points and highlights, I wasn't planning to talk about this topic on this global update. I actually made a deliberate choice not to mention anything about our situation with the SEC. I thought I'm leaving that out for now. It is no secret that this litigation has been challenging, painful, however, and lengthy. But fortunately, we have been represented by some of the best, most experienced and skilled lawyers in the country, period. Everybody could look up who's represented us. Couldn't get any better team. And under my instructions, they've defended the case vigorously. But that has taken time, attention, and resources away from our core mission. However, I've got to tell you, I'm so encouraged by the recent developments. In fact, I'm actually pretty excited, and I look forward to being able to give you much more complete and positive update on this topic very, very, very soon. So stay tuned. I can tell you it's a very bad day and not so exciting for the haters. They're not having a good day. And this is not what they wished for. This is probably a nightmare for them. But God is good. I have to say that up front, loud and clear. And what a victorious day. I will be addressing this on a separate day, separate, exclusive update, live update again, possibly number 2, because it's a big topic and I know you want to know more, and I'll break it down to you with what's allowed, okay, or what's productive or meaningful to you. But I'd rather to go back on track and continue my initial plan about a few things that you want to hear today. Let's begin by being completely transparent. This journey has not been easy for any of us. Yes, probably long or longer than we hoped for. we've experienced delays, we've dealt with disappointments, and yes, we've made mistakes. I did. Some of our efforts actually fell short and, not as we hoped for. But some plans and some of our production actually had to be scrapped and rebuilt from the ground up, totally from the scratch. And the truth is, some people we trusted were not what we thought who they are and who they were. I take a full responsibility, obviously, for everything that has happened under my leadership, and not in shame, but with humility, and someone who has learned, adapted, and committed to doing better. We built something bold, and when you build something bold, the risk is bigger, but so is the potential reward. It's worth it. And I know many of you have been frustrated, some confused, and you've been waiting for a moment of clarity. This is that moment. Crystal clear. The road ahead is very clear. So let's talk about the recent survey and some of the revelation and results about that. I am super excited to talk about this. Recently, we've invited you to respond and participate in a private survey. 3 simple questions. No pressure, no spin, just truth. And we needed to know, are you still with us actually? We want to know. We want to feel, where do you stand? We know where we stand. How long are you willing to wait? And do you believe it's time for a new vehicle to carry out our shared mission? Now, let me tell you what we found. And what was going in my head, I'm going to share that personal thought with you. I had 3 predictions. I've told the team and those who spoke with me on the side, behind the scenes, I've told them I had 3 predictions, okay, of how many people I thought would respond or would be engaged. I gave 1 low prediction and 1 kind of like middle of the road, and 1 I thought was probably overly optimistic, okay? Big, medium, small, okay? Or small, medium, big. But what happened next left me absolutely floored. And I'll explain that to you. You may realize the importance of this. You didn't just meet my most optimistic prediction. That's okay. But you've exceeded it by nearly 3 times. So small, medium, big. 3 times bigger than the big. I was astonished. That alone tells me how loud and clear you're still here and you believe and you are ready forward. You are ready to move forward. You are good to go forward. You're not stuck in the past. That was an eye-opener. Okay, I shared with you the answers you gave. Over 90% of you said without hesitation. I will try to share with you the exact screenshot, okay? I am conservative by telling you over 90%. Some of them are 98 point something. So you could say 100% that without hesitation, I'm totally with you, no matter how long it takes. I see the vision, I agree, and if we want to succeed, we need a new vehicle. We need a new direction. We need a new way of running and operating. That was loud and clear. I thank you for that response, and to each and every one of you who responded. You've given me the fuel to continue the mission. More fuel, I'm already pumped, as you could tell, but you've given the leadership team focus. They're even more motivated now. And you've reminded us why we started this journey in the first place. Now let me add a little bit more to this. From your end, you see three simple questions. Okay, what could this doesn't take a genius, and the results are very obvious. Okay, most of you selected I'm fully committed, and whatever timeline it takes. Okay, and obviously we need a new vehicle. That is clear. You see all of that, but we have invisible data to you that are very compelling. Number one, the number of people. And here's another one. So the number of people actually took the time to select. And the number or the frequency of most of you going to the same survey as many as 10 times a day. The overall sessions, the login, it was practically a weekend and a day, right? Millions and millions and millions of logs in. Who thought this would be possible after all this time? The live it had some tech.
Mr. Mufareh, you're coming in and out.
That looks better. We can't hear you.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's actually good. Let me forgive me for this, okay? But you may have noticed, like certain individuals who once had a visible presence with us are no longer associated with us. Don't let that distract you. Let me be very clear about this. And in general, any decision to distance ourselves from anyone, especially a public, like, you know, somebody on the surface in a way, and especially when we have to take this publicly, it is never made lightly. I hope you would respect this. These decisions are deliberate, cautious, and made only after thorough review of what's in the best interest of the community, not just one. But I have to protect the community. When we speak about someone's, you know, who was known or they were known publicly and their departure, it is always done with one goal in mind: to protect you. It's that simple. Our priority is the health and safety of our platform, obviously, our brand and our people. That's number one priority. Nothing personal. We do believe in transparency, but we also believe in dignity. So I ask that we all respect that not everything needs to be shouted from the rooftop. Let it go. And sometimes doing the right thing quietly is more powerful than making noise. I know you're going to respect my approach to this and trust our decision. What matters is this. What matters is this. We are focused. We are pruning what's no longer serving us. As we said in the O News series. And we are building with integrity. It's the bottom line. When someone doesn't align with our values and our characters, our principles, no place for us. Mainly to protect the health. We cannot have a polluted environment. The health of our community. Let's talk about the turning point now. We are obviously at a turning point, like where we come from, everything that happened, and where we're going. We are now standing on the edge of something new. We've taken a hard look at what worked and what didn't, and what we must do differently. We are rebuilding, not just as a reboot of the old and a refurbish and just a relabel, a sticker on it, no. But as a birth of something better. Totally. Yes, we are creating a new vehicle. But more than that, we are clarifying the destination. Our eyes are always on the target, on laser focus, on the goal, on the dream. Because a shiny car is useless if it's not going anywhere meaningful. So we have to be clear on our purpose and our destination. Our dream has been always bold, okay? I think we all know that. We've always been bold, okay? To uplift lives, to create fairness through innovation, to give people not just tools, okay, but a true opportunity. That's what's making the difference in our journey. We're not abandoning the dream. In fact, we are doubling down on it. With more focus, with more experience, with more energy than ever. So, you may not see all the details, honestly, and yet, but I promise you, behind the scenes, the wheels are turning. And more importantly, we're doing it differently this time. I learned not to get ahead of myself. Speaking of what we've learned, let's talk about some lessons we've learned. Here's what I learned. Okay, let me share with you. It is better to under-promise and over-deliver. That's obvious. than the other way around. So we're going to be telling you more realistic updates. I'm not here to hype you up, period. Okay? Indeed, we're doing it totally different. Totally. And I'm not going to tease you or tease things up and put more light on things that don't even exist yet. Maybe they're in the pipeline or anything, but not ready yet. Just to inflate the expectations and some clever words and, fancy presentations, all of it. We're not going to do that. From now on, actually, everything we build, everything we launch, everything we promise will be tested, proven, and ready to go. Period. There would be no hype, no more guesswork, just the real things that work, that are practical, that are transparent, that are really backed up by actual value. Okay. We will roll out our new offerings, obviously in stages, carefully and strategically. Not gonna have a wide ladder and walk with it and bump into many things. We're gonna be like the edge of an arrow, so sharp and clear. Focus, start small and then expand. If that makes sense to you. Not to keep people waiting, but to ensure that everything and every step forward is solid and secure. Stabilize, then scale. I know we've waited long enough, and you've waited. You deserve more than words. You deserve results. Because I learned early on in my life that either you can have results or excuses. You can have excuses or results. You cannot have both. And I don't know if you know, but I just heard that, what's the easiest way to get to the top? And the best way to get to the top is to get off your bottom. So I am going to give them to you. I'm going to give you results, all right? I'm going to give you action. We are in action constantly, not in theory, again, in action. We are definitely indeed reforming, reorganizing, restructuring, recommitting to the dream and what unites us and what brought us here together. In fact, what unites all of us here is our past, present, and future. What unites all of that is the shared dream that we have, that big, bold, beautiful dream that we share together. It is not about a logo or just a platform or colors or theme. It's not about fancy words or stickers or flashy things. It's only about people. It's about you. People. It's about believing that ordinary individuals, like most of us, deserve extraordinary possibilities. That dream is alive and well. And if you're listening to this, you've stayed this long, then it lives in you too, just like us. Why we can't let it go? It lives in us. All in. This is absolutely not the end of anything. Watch this. Not the end of anything. This is the rebuilding of everything. The rebuilding in a better way. So here's what I ask you. Genuinely, I want you to stay strong, be patient, have confidence. Don't get distracted. Let's reunite, and wonderful new things are on the way. I can assure you that. I would never overpromise, or I would never fail you. I'm here. I pledge with all my heart, energy, breath to fight for you, to continue this journey all the way. No cap. And when they are ready, those beautiful things are on the way, not before. You are going to be the first to know. That is a priority. That's a pledge. That's a grandfathering to you. That is my responsibility. I will always give you that priority and that privilege, that advantage ahead of the rest. So have confidence. Rest assured that it's going to come to you first. You're going to know. We're building something worth being proud of, okay? More than just a business or a platform. Not for a quick win, but for a lasting success, for a legacy. You're not alone in this, obviously, okay? We're doing this together. We are in this together. And this time, we're doing it right. That's what matters. We're doing it right. We've done some pruning. I think the word is becoming popular. And we're a healthier body right now. We have a stronger foundation. And this time, we're going places. I genuinely want to thank you for believing, for staying, and thank you for giving us the chance to finish what we've started. Only better. And I appreciate all of you. I love you. I respect you. And we're not done yet. We're just getting started. I can't help myself but to talk about a quick glimpse or two to give you a sense of reality of what's happening behind the scene. When we had that survey, typically companies are going to look for services or solutions out in the market, subscribe, okay, buy a package, and just stick your questionnaire there. All right, the team heard me talking about that. They couldn't help themselves but surprising me. They said, we're creating our own survey. I said, yeah, but that's going to take time. So let's just, do that in the future. I appreciate that. I don't know if it's worth it to get distracted. No. It's done. You want to go have a test? What? You don't have it? Okay. It was seamless. I didn't have a department. I didn't have a building. I didn't have like a whole presentation. I just said, survey application. It was done. Practically in a blink in IT time. Late last night, my time here, I was with the team and I mentioned to them, by the way, on tomorrow's session, we, the team is asking, and in particular, Julie is asking for recommendation to a rotator service. I said, which one do you recommend? This, that, or do you have something better? They said, we'll let you know, okay? So we continued the topic. I'm telling you, late last night, and 3.5 hours later, are you around? Yeah. I oversleep, so yeah, please come on. So I'm kidding, but yeah, tell me what's happening. Can you hop on the meeting? I said, sure, yeah. Check this out. What? Our own rotator service, done, tested, better than anything I've seen. Yeah, no, there's no design, but the engine is slick, powerful, so strong. Click, 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 unlimited. Everything is unlimited. Talk to Julie on the side. She will talk on her live. Like, some of the applications available, they charge you by the views, by the click, by the URL. Oh, come on. And I was blown. I actually was really thinking, am I dreaming? It took hours. I can say 1.5 person, because one was on it. The other one was spotting him. I said him, okay? Didn't take a whole entourage. It was done. Said, are you sure? Can we use it? Oh, how about this time we just use what's available, like a generic one, okay, of the market. Next time we can, no, it's good. Let's test it. I did try earlier, like a couple of hours ago, to do with Julie and a couple of friends here to test it out. Apparently I was not clicking something. I called them. They said, no, you use it. I would say like, oh, come on, let's leave it for next time. We don't have much time. There's no glitch. There's no bug. There's a toggle I had to swipe. Okay. I just didn't do it. I think you were with me, Susie, Julie, and Red, and Chris. Like, there's something to make it auto. The percentage, I just have to swipe that. That's it. It worked like a charm. And it's working. Right now, we're using our service. Survey, rotate. What a time to be in when our team is creating applications faster than I can come up with their names. A name for the application. It was a simple side question. Which service do you recommend? We'll get back with you. Less than 4 hours later, here's the application. So when we did the test earlier today, they told me, yeah, no, it's working. No, don't forget everything else. It's perfect. It's working. As of now, it's live and it's working. Guess what? They told me, oh, we just finished also to even add to my blown mind. They already finished a whole analytics system, reports, geographical, heat map, the number, the clicks, the rotation. This is beyond crazy. I have no words to describe my feeling, my excitement, my confidence, my gratitude, and my belief in this team. We've learned a bit. All right. I'm gonna step back and allow a couple of you to chime in, and we'll come back to a full closure as we go with the presentation. Thank you so much, Gene and Red. That was fantastic. I would love to hear more, definitely, but unfortunately, we're going to stick to the time now. And you know what? I can take a couple of questions if you don't mind, and then we'll call this a day. All right? We have a lot of work to do. So if the hosts and hostess here would help us to see who is interested in any question within the topics that we've covered in this very session, I'm happy to address that. Thank you so much.
I believe Jeffrey is up. Jeffrey?
By the way, Red, okay, those two services that came just out of nowhere, no plan, realistically no budget, okay? Nothing spectacular, right? Therefore, can I give them away? Just be sweet and cute and add value? Why not? That's why the enemies are going to hate us even more. That's a problem. I don't have to milk your wallet for something that was possible. And that's the technology I'm talking about today. I was schooled a couple of days ago by one of our genius leaders in the team, the AI IT expert, and even things that I mentioned 2 years ago, like my knowledge 2 years ago, I'm not talking 20 years ago, 5 years ago, they're showing me new technologies that are a light year ahead. And what we could accomplish with technology today, price, time, all of that is far exceeded anything I know. It's not going to take us decades to be pioneers in this industry. Because of who we have on board, because of the way we're doing it, because of working smart and fueled with our shared desire to that goal and dream, we're going to get it done. Back to you. I'm just excited. It's hard to hold myself. I'm going to sit back and relax. Public and the rest of the community would see a value in it. It's all of them, but another time, obviously.
Sure.
It's a fair question. Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate it. I was delighted talking to you the other day. Thanks again. I think it's quite simple. Okay. I'm going to put it in the simplest possible way. We have a very clear destination to accomplish that dream. So that destination, that dream, still intact. So we went to work, and the methods, the vehicle, the operation that we've been using or used, we're not taking us to where we want to go. Effectively, time efficient, or the proper way. Not up to our standards. And we were faced with 2, possibly 3 scenarios, but most probability is either keep on patching and be more emotional to that entity or attached, or this way is not taking us. We're going to change the direction, a different vehicle, but the dream is intact, the destination is intact. I mean, most people would think the third scenario. This is too painful, this is too hard. See you in the next life. Adios. We chose the hardest one, not the easiest one, not the fastest one, not the convenient one. We chose to completely let go of all the polluted stuff, not to take anything, not a piece of junk, nothing. Not that it's bad, not that we deny it or undermine it. That's who we are. This is a beautiful part, a great chapter of our journey. You cannot slash it. It happened, and it was valuable. It was useful. But it taught us also a better vehicle, a better direction. And make no mistake, we're going to get to that dream at any cost, whatever it takes. So where we are and all of that and the compass and this, okay. Just like we said, we're going to tell you when you need to know, when it's done. Period. It's that simple. Just like today, I wasn't boasting about you're going to have a survey or okay. You just used it. That URL in the pop-up in the ONews 9 that you saw, that you clicked on today, you just saw it. It was live. I didn't say a word to you before that. That's the new theme. You're going to see action ahead of our words. And then you can brag about it and you can be proud of it and you do the talk. And I will borrow my brother John White's muscles to flex. I have chicken wings, yeah. All right, hopefully that's satisfactory for now. Anyone else? Let's wrap it up. Much, Terry. I like the question, and it's very compelling. It's telling. It was valuable, the finding. So perhaps, let's be realistic, just like you, probably I had in mind a consideration that possibly most people are gone their way. No longer interested in this. Or at least fewer people. So just by the number of people who filled in the survey, that is already telling that so many people are still around and care to voice their thing. And remember when I told you, like, some of you like 10 times in a day going back to the survey? It's like, this is beyond. It's like, okay, let me get it done and be okay. Like when you have a regular survey in general, that doesn't matter. Like, oh, I can't, let me finish it. Or maybe they have to bribe you with a prize or something so you can fill it out, okay? Or they annoy you to do it. This is by love. People come back. It shows the attachment to it. And the number is telling, and the frequency is more telling. And go to the first question is like, so thinking myself, I'm thinking people have to be like halfway. But to see almost 100%, don't forget, there might be some bad apples in the box that intentionally want to like affect the things, or like if they have something negative, they will select it. We know that, but it's almost 100% fully committed. That's mind-boggling. Yeah. The second one, I will tell you, I do have an account and I voted because obviously it's a testing, not that like a monetized account. I selected 180 days, not 90. But most of you selected whatever it takes. I did not select that. So, and the last piece is kind of the most realistic, effective, practical, subjective, because we've been educating you through the ONU series, and sounds like you're paying attention, you're well engaged, and you realize that it's time for a new vehicle. Scrap that one, too problematic. It's not going anywhere, okay? By all means, it's not being shut down. It was never shut down. It's in business. If I tell you back to business, no, we never left business. Business as usual. Oh, for my beloved enemies, I didn't think you expect that, okay. But no, we're in business, okay? We're not going anywhere. So just chill, all right? Or just go away. Anyway, so I hope that satisfies your curiosity. Good questions, by the way, Jeffrey and Terry, I appreciate the question.
Thank you.
Of course. Back
What's that
to you.
going to for you?
Zero effect. Thank you for the question. Zero effect. Nothing to do. I am not barred from doing business, and it's a free market.
Good
I
news.
never want or meant or to violate any of the security laws or regulations. Never. Okay, that is my pledge. So we're gonna play by the book, be a regulated company. We're gonna do our best effort not to have any loophole, and have the professionals to make sure we close all the loops. No mistakes or no weak spots. But has no effect on the current nor the future. So there's nothing like, oh, you have to do this differently. Nothing. We're fine. We're business as usual. And no effect on the future. I can open a business every second. 86,000 businesses a day if I could, if I want. All right. Thank you for the question, Dr. Bill. Good to see you. Thank you. I'll be very direct, and I know the answer because I thought about that more than a year ago. And been working on it well over than a year ago. Even before the fall down of the team. Let me be very clear for those who think like, oh, you're shut down, you failed. No. ONPASSIVE didn't fail. It shattered records. We know all of that. We've got everything. It's only a deliberate choice of doing better. The focus is not on passive. The focus is the dream. Do you want the fruit, or do you want to argue with the guard? Okay, I want the fruit. Keep your eye on the fruit. That didn't change. Can I operate on ONPASSIVE? There's no restriction. Is it wise? Is it good? So when I said only God can shut down ONPASSIVE world, no, God didn't shut down ONPASSIVE. God showed us a better way. He said, hey, yeah, you're sweet, Ash, okay, and team. You're doing your best, all that. But I see your heart. I see your work. I'm going to give you a better way. And I'm going to boost you. Just like what happened last night. Overnight, an application. No breath wasted. You think that's my work? Call it the cult. Call it what you call it. I'd rather to be good with my God, my Lord, my Creator, than any of those garbage insects. I'm a strong believer, and I am powerless without God. Yes, I'm a strong believer. I have strong faith, and I believe God has his hands into this. Am I bringing God into doing the business or the sales or none of that, okay? But I have to be truthful. I'm no hero. I'm no brave man, or I'm not like a special. I just I'm just sincere with my calling. Maybe I've been tested by our God. And I just see, I aimed for this, but came a lot better. Do I go with it or just stick with the, things are getting outdated? What's wrong with that? Technology is light year speed. And thankfully, he put the right people in our life, in our journey. It's given us very good expertise to prune, to be more effective, more efficient. That's good. That was necessary. Sometimes change is necessary. Sometimes you might think you're going to have to start all over. No. What we've done, what we've built, what we've worked on is in us, is not leaving. The knowledge, the experience, the emotions, all of that, the spirit, all of that is a buildup, is a compounded energy and force. We're not going 7 years ago. We're not going back 7 years ago. We have those 7 years. We're building, not necessarily on them, but a new direction with that fuel of 7, 8 years ago. Compounded effort. Thank you, my brother John, and I appreciate seeing you always.
Thank you, sir.
Back to you. For a dirty secret. Okay, there's no group. I'm not in any group. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't want to talk about things that are not ready yet. I think we're in agreement, okay? Perhaps I don't want you to have to inherit anything from the past. Just the knowledge. Don't be in the mindset we're just gonna have a different sticker, all right? Or a different lipstick on it. Or a different name or logo. No. What we've had is beautiful. Really taught us a lot. I don't have any grudge with all the falsities, okay? But we're in a better position. Going much faster, more effective, more successful to a new, in a different direction to that beautiful dream that we share. So we're going to be excited, obviously, in the future to unveil those components as they come in. But I'm going to repeat one more word and I'm done with this topic. Like an arrow. Okay? So we're going to penetrate this market with something rather sharp. Think of it our forte, what we're good on, laser focus, slick, like a sword on a white cheese from Wisconsin, okay? And then, while you're doing it and using that effectively, we will stabilize, scale, and obviously expand. All right? If Engineer Shashanta, if you think about it, like formerly what we did, we had 1, 2, 3 things, it's like multiple bricks if that builds our empire, right? Going with a bigger head or nose, if you wish. So imagine an airplane that wants to soar up in the sky, but with a big wide board or wall up front? No. Or a boat? They have that oval, edgy, sharp nose, so they can penetrate into the water or the air or any object. And if that analogy makes sense, it's like that market, we're going to penetrate and go through, and then more and more will follow. All right, hope that makes sense to you. And back to you to the last question, I believe, or comment. This is not ONPASSIVE team. This team has their work.
Oh, absolutely.
This is just a spot. This is a side help. Voluntarily.
Yeah.
By not being with Chris Johnson in Colorado
Oh,
a week ago.
we had a ball. We had a blast.
Yeah,
You're welcome anytime, Ash.
I'm not a happy camper. Next time. Okay, I'm kidding. I love it. He deserves it. Yes. It was so good to see you. All right, back to you. I appreciate the conduct and the organization here. Beautiful.
Ash, how are you
Talk
today?
to me, Daryl. So good to see
Yeah.
you. Thank you, Julie. And thank you for everything you've done as well. It goes without saying. And Susie, Red, and Chris, and all the close friends in the background. Your effort goes, highly valued and appreciated with a ton of gratitude. Thank you so much. And everybody who's really given their heart in the background, whether by the support, the thoughts, the thinking, the encouragement. It's so appreciated. Beautiful video with Amy, and again, happy birthday, Amy. Was wonderful. I was touched and moved by that video, personal video you sent me the other day with brother Chris, and it means a lot. I have it in mind, and I am telling you, it adds more fuel.
Hey, thank you,
Fun fact,
Ivy.
Susie, when the
Okay,
team surprised me with that, you like fun, okay? When they
Yeah.
surprised me with that tool, you know what they did with the survey? It's like, they're not gonna touch something in the market or generic or pay subscription. They make it. They're developers. They're experts, okay? And when I was really in shock, the thing is, like, it happened at night. So there's a good possibility that I was dreaming, okay? But no, it was real. I was really shocked. And when we've tested, everything was good and it was so simple. I said, you know what? While you're at it, we're using YouTube today, jokingly, okay? Do you have a backup for that? I'm kidding. That's a big aim. I said, no,
Oh,
not that
that's funny.
fast. Not that
Not
fast.
that
Okay.
fast. Like,
We'll be looking forward to your feedback. As Susie said, the internet is wide open. Share the love, shine away, and we're watching. We're genuinely interested in knowing what you think and what you recommend, and we can always take an advice. And we're going to do it professionally and respectfully. And this is a good path for you to be recognized. We already have a good structure. It doesn't have to be public, all right? Private, with like-minded people, and we're going to be talking periodically, and we're going to have more time, but off air, to actually brainstorm and discuss things and evaluate and socialize and have fun love time.
fun. Do the conversation privately.
Absolutely. And for those who couldn't talk, okay, Angie, Peter, who else didn't talk? Obviously, Francine, and who didn't talk? I'm trying to recognize that. Who else? Yeah, pretty much it. Oh, Gersmender, come on. Vincent, okay, didn't talk. Peter Sroor, okay. And Janet, Andy, I'm sure they will be popping on some of the lives and have broader space and time to cover this. I appreciate your time, all the panel here. all the viewers on YouTube publicly and those who are watching. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. Definitely with more exciting news. Everything is changing in a better direction. Speaking of fun and the F word, I have 2 more F words for you today. 2 more F words.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
SEC, full and final settlement. Done. I'm not saying SEC, okay? Full and final settlement. That's been approved.
On that